Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And today we're going to be doing a quick roundup of the gold and silver prices of the previous week. And we're going to be talking about the implications about what's happening currently in Europe. Why is that not focusing? There we go. About what's happening in Europe. I do find it somewhat distasteful to talk about it, I'll be honest. But having said that, I'm making videos about gold and silver. And what's happening does have a dramatic impact on the gold and silver market. So with that being said, let's take a look at the gold and silver prices for the last week. So I'll start with pound sterling and then I'll move into dollars. So the gold for the UK started at £1,396 and ended at £1,409 with a high of £1,474. In dollars, it's 1897. Ending at 1889 with a high of 1974. With silver, it started at £17.63 in the UK, ending at £18.10 with a high of £19.09, and in dollars it was 23.97 with a high of 24.27, and ending at 24.27 with a high of 25.64 in the American dollar. Now, that's a good way to end that with the American dollar, having an American coin. Perfect timing. So, obviously, what's happening across the world, I say across the world, across Europe, in a very specific part of Europe, which I don't want to get into, has affected the value of gold and silver. As you can hear by the numbers that I've just read out, it has peaked middle part of the week and then come back down. Now, gold and silver, a lot of people collect it because it is a safe thing to buy. Whatever happens with your own national currency, the price of gold and the price of silver will always be there as a safety net, if you like. So people have been buying gold and silver this week with the current events that are going on, because it is a safe haven, as they call it. Proof in the pudding. I was looking at buying some silver this week, and the place that I've been buying most of my stuff from the last few weeks or last few months, Bullion by Post in the UK, who normally have things delivered to me within 24 hours, 48 at the most. I've actually put a disclaimer on their website saying, due to what's going on, it could take 1 to 3 working days for your order to be processed. That doesn't even specify delivery. So there is obviously a high demand currently for gold and for silver, which is to be expected. Now, those who, let's kind of segue a little bit, into other people's rationale for buying gold and silver. So some people do it as wealth preservation, and other people do it for prepping reasons. So I'm sure many of you know about preppers. There's some fantastic videos on the internet. I'm not a prepper myself. I'd like to be diligent and cautious. Hang on a minute, that's fallen out of the case. I like to be diligent and cautious, just to have a little bit of spare food in the house, and just normal bog standard things without going overboard. Now, those who buy gold and silver as a precaution in case of an economic collapse will have their fears. I don't use the term fears. Will have their thoughts justified this week, because those who are just your bog standard Russian citizen are going to wake up tomorrow with the ruble being, significantly worth less than it was 2 weeks ago. But having said that, those who have bought gold and silver will find themselves in a stronger position, comparatively speaking, to their own currency. So that's a modern time example of why gold and silver is good in case of a currency collapse. It's not quite collapse, but you know what I mean. It's what I'm driving at. When a currency is certainly going down in its value. So for those who do like the prepping side of things, it's further justification for their own views. God, that coin's in a terrible state. Look at all that. Dear oh dear, that's not good. I don't know if that's a storage issue or what. That one's okay. Yeah, so that's that really. So for those who do for the prepping reasons, will have further justification for what they choose to do, which is fine. It's absolutely fine. Now, what's going to happen this week? That is the big question. Now, things obviously remain very, very volatile and very uncertain. My own personal views I shan't be getting into because it's irrelevant to what I'm talking about just in terms of gold and silver, but rest assured that my views will echo the vast majority of people's views as well. So what's going to happen this week? So gold and silver shot up, then it came down. I think because things are going to carry on as they are for some time, sadly, gold and silver will continue to rise in price steadily over the next 7 days, because more people are going to be flocking to it because it is that safe haven asset. So expect gold and silver to rise in the coming days. So if you do want to be buying something, you know, this is probably the last chance to really get something with a good deal before it jumps up significantly. Who knows what it will jump up to. As it stands, I'm looking at paying up to, or earlier in the week I was including the premiums, paying around about £29 per ounce, and that was from a second-hand buying second-hand silver bullion coins from the dealer that I like to go to. So it should have come down towards the end of the week, and so it'll be a little bit cheaper. So I'm guessing I'll be able to pick it up for about £27.50, £28. So convert that how you will. So yes, expect gold and silver to rise steadily this week because of all the sanctions being imposed, and that's obviously going to have an impact on the gold and silver prices going forward, and it's likely to stay high for quite a while, I would guess. And I think those who have been looking forward to silver getting to $30 an ounce, or what's that going to be, UK, £25 an ounce, it may well happen. It may well happen in the coming weeks, at which point I will personally feel like I'm priced out. I certainly won't pay more than £30. Sorry, I don't want to pay much more than £25 per ounce of silver. So when I'm seeing it, you know, last week at £29 an ounce, I'm thinking probably not for me. You know, I've got what I would deem as the bare minimum that I want in case of like a currency collapse. From that standpoint, I've got the bare minimum for what I want, but not what I want in terms of long-term goals. So if I have to kind of halt things with my stacking for 6 months, 12 months, doesn't matter how long, you know, I'm still going to be putting that money aside to then purchase when things become more reasonable in terms of pricings. So that's pretty much your lot for today. Just to reiterate as well, I do have the Facebook group that I have created for gold and silver. It's called Gold and Silver Global. I will put a link in the description. Currently, I have a whopping 2 members in there, including myself. And I'd love to grow that as well, just to create a bit more of a community on that Facebook page. That would be absolutely wicked. So if you guys want to join that, like I say, I will put the link in the description, and hopefully I will see some of you there. Until then, just to recap, gold and silver went up and it went down, and it's going to go up again. So I feel buy now, or you may regret it later if you wish to carry on buying, because it is going to go up, and I think it will go up quite significantly over the next few weeks. So I hope you guys are all well. I hope you're staying safe, and if you're anything like me, you are glued to the news 24 hours a day and upsetting your better halves because you are glued to the news 24 hours a day. Right, I shall leave it there, guys. Enjoy your days, evenings, afternoons, and everything else in between. Take care. Bye-bye.